Well, we do have a weather impact alert day for today. As you've probably heard, we do have the possibility of some snow coming up later on today. So the impact from that, the timing is going to be later on this morning through the early afternoon, and I'm expecting that rain this morning. If we can get that cold air in here, then we'll start to see a changeover to some wet snowflakes. That's going to be later on this morning into the early afternoon. I'm not expecting it to impact roadways, but we could see some accumulation on some grassy surfaces. So this is going to be more of a novelty event. So in terms of what you need is you need to be prepared for some wet weather. So pack that waterproof gear as you head out, maybe to walk the dog or go out to some services this morning. Because as you can see, the rain is here, but it is transitioning off to the east. But this is not the total end of the rain. There's going to be round two, and that, if it can get here just in time for that cold air to arrive, we'll start to see that changeover to the snow. We're starting to see a little bit on the far western edge of this line of showers, but like I said, those showers are pushing off to the east, but more rain is coming up behind it. Temperature-wise, today's going to be an interesting day. You can see how temperatures are actually going to get colder as we go throughout the day. So this is what we're watching. We have the moisture in place, but the question is, in terms of if we're going to get the snow, is can the cold air get here while the moisture is still here? That's the big question. That's what we're keeping an eye on. And I do think we will see at least a short period of that transition. The timing of that, we'll say right around midday. Taking you hour by hour, you can see by about 8 o'clock this morning, the first round of rain is out to our east, but here comes round two, and this is when temperatures are at or just above freezing. So this is when we have that potential for seeing those wet snowflakes. But again, I do not expect accumulation on roadways. However, tomorrow morning is going to be very cold, and we have a whole week of cold mornings. So my concern really is for some black ice tonight and tomorrow morning. We're also going to see lots of sunshine tomorrow and temperatures a little cooler as well. So here's what you can expect overall. So this morning through midday is going to be cold, it's going to be wet, and we'll see some of that transition over to some wet snowflakes. So light accumulation as possible on the grassy surfaces, on those elevated surfaces, not on the roads. I don't anticipate travel problems with the snow, but like I said, overnight tonight, with temperatures getting pretty chilly, we do have the possibilities of some refreezing on the roadways. So the forecast is for trace to up to ½ an inch. That's what I'm thinking, but it is possible we could see just plain rain, and then it is also possible we could see a little bit more, but I really think based on what I'm looking at this morning, this is still holding true for us. So here's what you can expect today, that morning rain mixing in with some snow right around lunchtime, and temperatures actually dropping throughout the day. But take a look at tomorrow morning, 21 degrees. So that's where that refreezing becomes a possibility. Holiday for tomorrow, 44, back into the 30s for Tuesday, and cold mornings for the rest of the week.